Mr. Devlin here. Today we're going to be talking about Battlefield 1 classes. And today we're going to be talking about the Assault class. Assault is a class that anybody who really wants to get stuck into the action will pick. That includes myself. But don't expect to survive with a Call of Duty style running and gunning in Battlefield 1. Assault players have to think more quickly and carefully thanks to the nature of the weapons of the era. And Assault players need to try and stay alive on the front lines as much as possible. As in most modes, they'll be expected to bear most of the load of the attacks on enemy objectives. Assault class weapons. The Assault class in Battlefield 1 gets access to submachine guns. These weapons are of course not as prevalent in battle as they are in modern theatres of war, making this a fairly unique aspect of the Assault class. If close up and personal is more your thing, then Assault also get access to shotguns, which will dish out instant death damage at close range, but of course it will drop off quickly to become all but useless. In terms of sidearms, the Assault class gets access to a very similar range of weapons to almost all the other classes, in form of a selection of pistols. All of these weapons do fairly average damage and work decently at fairly average ranges, but nevertheless should really only be used as a last resort. Assault class, gadgets and gear. One of the major differences for any class in Battlefield 1 is that it says secondary gadgets and gear. The Assault class really gains its true purpose as a heavy damage frontline soldier in this. They get access to things like anti-tank mines, grenades and an early type of rocket launcher, and the incredibly destructive but harder to use force of dynamite. Here's a little about this equipment. Anti-tank grenades can be thrown at a moderate distance, but can't be tossed about as freely as more modern grenades. These are heavy pieces of equipment with an explosion to match. You'll spawn with 2 of these if you choose it in your loadout. These grenades will explode on impact with an enemy vehicle or just about anything else. Be careful not to throw one too close to you though, as the splash damage can lay down some significant hurt or even take you down. Remember that as well as dealing with enemy vehicles, these grenades can be useful for blowing holes in buildings or destroying cover, or even to deal a significant amount of damage to an elite class of player with a lot of health. Anti-tank mines are ultimately similar in utility to their grenade brothers, but have to be used in a more tactical way in order to catch the enemies out. You'll deploy them on the ground and it'll detonate when any vehicle drives over it. You'll want to drop them down in heavily trafficked areas of the map and try to conceal them so they're not detected and avoided. If spotted, anti-tank mines can be taken out with a couple of shots from a gun, so don't waste them. The AT rocket gun is one of the earliest forms of rocket launcher and is a single shot breach gun. It can be used against vehicles, but like any other explosive, can also be cleverly used to blast new entrances into a building or a hole in some pesky cover. There's a catch to this weapon. It has to be mounted to fire. This means the gun has to be properly set up with the attached tripod before you can fire it. You'll need to either lay down prone or prop yourself against a window or appropriately sized wall in order to automatically deploy the stand. Dynamite may sound vastly different, but in actual functions similar to C4 in other shooters. You can throw it out anywhere you like and then remotely detonate it. This is a decent explosive, but it isn't as devastating as, say, an anti-tank mine. Because of its ease of use, TNT is especially useful when you're in a pinch and need to blow up some map, geometry or group of enemy infantry. There we go, 1 or 2 basics about the Assault class. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave us a like, maybe subscribe and possibly share it if you could. The next guide we're going to do is on the support class, and we hope you enjoyed that one too. We'll get that one up as soon as possible, but as now, this is Mr. Devlin signing off.
Yeah.